everything okay? Alright. Sorry, it's kind of hard to make videos like this. So anyway, my name is Enrique Cardona. I'm making this video to talk about Christian, how they should book him. Now, as you all know, Christian was world champion after Edge got injured, having the match with Alberto in a ladder match, getting injured, getting the world title for 6 days. Randy Orton takes him. Christian turns heel. He wins it back when he makes Randy Orton to disqualifying himself. Then Randy comes back, defeats Christian for the world title in a Holds-Bar match at SummerSlam, and that's it. That's how they wanted to go far with Christian. I could have booked Christian better. Now let's see. I wouldn't change the match between him and Alberto Del Rio for the world title in a ladder match. So Christian goes on and win the world title with the celebration with Edge. It was emotional. It felt it was true. It felt like it has a story for Christian as well. So, anyways, Christian comes as a world champion, and then he goes them to have a match against Randy Orton for the world title. Only this time, Randy Orton doesn't win the title. He got outside interference by Sheamus, causing the disqualification between Randy Orton and Christian. Christian is also attacked by Sheamus, but also Mark Henry appears and attacks him. And in the same night, Randy Orton and Sheamus, Randy Orton and Christian teams up to face Sheamus and Mark Henry. They win, and then the triple threat match decides the #1 contendership for the world title, and then Christian, and then Mark Henry, Sheamus, and Randy Orton battle until only one man is left, and then it's not Randy Orton, it's Sheamus. Sheamus goes on to face Christian for the World Heavyweight title at Over the Limit. Christian accepts. He throws a couple of jokes to Sheamus. He always likes to do those. Then they face off over the limit. They hit some solid shots. Sheamus is almost beating Christian, but then he kicks out in the last Brogue Kick because Sheamus hits Christian with a Brogue Kick, but he kicks out. Then he wants to hit a second Brogue Kick, but then Christian goes on to surprise Christian with a spare of his best friend, to attribute to his best friend Edge, and beats Sheamus. Now they go on to fight until SmackDown. We could probably see them go on until Capital Punishment, but I don't see that happen. So I put Mark Henry to interfere, or to decide the #1 contendership against Randy Orton. You can say if Randy Orton and Mark Henry over the limit win or loss, that's up to you. But then Mark Henry goes on to face the Christian for the world title at Capital Punishment. Makes sense. Hall of Pain, Capital Punishment. Anyways, he goes on. Christian goes there. And then Christian, it's being mayhem by Mark Henry. And then Mark Henry is ready to beat Christian with a world's strongest slam, but then Christian rolls up, and then Mark Henry goes mad, and then he wants to destroy him in the maintain security to keep the fans, and then Christian rolls up and goes out of the way, and Mark Henry crushes, and then the count of 10 from the referee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's over. Christian retains, goes on to Money in the Bank, and then they make it a triple threat match to decide who should be the number one contenders to go on as the world title, as the world champion, or maybe put a fatal four-way match since we're talking about Randy Orton. So he goes on, they go on to fight. Suddenly, uh, there is a disqualification part of Mark Henry by slamming by slamming Sheamus. The referee sees it, and then the match is over. Both men are disqualified. Christian and Randy Orton goes on to face at SummerSlam in the no holds barred match. Only this time, when Randy Orton was ready to RKO Christian, he goes on with a spear and beats him. Now imagine that. I know that many people said, but what? But Randy Orton is Randy Orton. He could possibly beat Christian, and said, why not? Why? Why not let Christian to face someone as good in the WWE and to be more as the guy in the WWE like Randy Orton. So Christian beats Randy Orton, and then the World Heavyweight title reign of Christian ends with Mark Henry having his rematch at Hell Night of Champions, and then beats Christian. But when Mark Henry beats him, and then he doesn't cut his promo when he did it Night of Champions when he beat Randy Orton. He just goes away and says, "On the man now." But then the ring is on only with Christian, and then he's crying because he says, "At least I give a good run. It wasn't long enough, but it was the greatest run I ever had in my life." And then he goes on crying. He thanks the fans for everything. He thanks the fans for everything they accomplished for him. That finally he can say that only for once he was the world heavyweight champion. And then Edge comes out and hugs Christian, and they both just have that moment like they have in Extreme Rules, and say, at least Christian was the world champion for once in his life, but at least was the greatest run of his entire career. And then boom, that's how should have booked it. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know.